What if I told you the most powerful person in the room is usually the quietest one? Not the loudest. Not the strongest. Not the richest. But the one who understands psychology. Psychological dominance is not about bullying. It's not about manipulation in a dark corner. And it's definitely not about controlling others like puppets. True psychological dominance is about control. Control over perception. Control over emotional reactions. Control over the frame of reality. And once you understand it, you'll start seeing power dynamics everywhere. In conversations. In relationships. In friendships. In business. Even in silence. Today, we're diving deep into the art of psychological dominance, how it works, why it works, and how to master it ethically. The first rule of psychological dominance is simple. If you can't control yourself, you can't control the situation. Most people lose power because they react emotionally. They get angry too fast. They defend themselves too quickly. They over-explain. They try to prove themselves. And every time they react impulsively, they give away power. Psychological dominance starts with emotional discipline. When someone insults you and you stay calm, you win. When someone tries to provoke you and you don't react, you win. Why? Because humans subconsciously test each other. We test boundaries. We test confidence. We test emotional stability. The one who remains unshaken becomes the psychological anchor. Calmness signals strength. Think about leaders. The strongest leaders rarely panic in public. They move slowly. They speak deliberately. They pause before responding. That pause? That's power. Silence creates psychological pressure. When you don't rush to fill silence, the other person feels the need to. And the one who speaks more often reveals more. Revealing more means losing leverage. Every interaction has a frame. A frame is the invisible perspective that defines what's happening. For example, if someone teases you and you laugh confidently, the frame becomes playful. If you get defensive, the frame becomes insecurity. Whoever controls the frame controls the interaction. Psychologically dominant people never accept a frame that weakens them. If someone says, "You're late again, you're so irresponsible," a weak reaction. "I'm sorry, traffic was bad, I didn't mean to." A dominant reaction. "Relax. I'm here now. Let's focus." See the difference? The second response shifts the frame from accusation to control. Frame control is subtle. It's not aggressive. It's grounded. You don't argue the frame. You redefine it. Another example. If someone tries to make you prove your worth, don't. The moment you try to prove yourself, you accept their authority over your value. Dominant psychology operates from assumption, not validation. They assume respect. And people tend to respond to assumed confidence more than requested respect. Attention is currency. And scarcity creates value. The more available you are, the less psychologically powerful you appear. This doesn't mean playing childish games. It means having priorities. When someone feels they can access you anytime, they subconsciously lower your value. But when your time is selective, you signal importance. High-status individuals don't chase attention. They attract it. Notice this pattern. The person who talks the least in a group often gets listened to the most. Why? Because silence creates anticipation. Anticipation creates authority. Psychological dominance thrives on controlled presence. You don't flood the room with words. You choose them carefully. And when you speak, people listen. Before you speak, your body already has. Dominance is communicated non-verbally first. Posture. Eye contact. Movement speed. People who rush, fidget, and look away frequently. Signal nervous energy. Psychologically dominant individuals. Move slower. Maintain steady eye contact. Use minimal but deliberate gestures. Take up space comfortably. This isn't arrogance. It's ownership of space. When you sit, sit fully. When you stand, stand firmly. Your body tells a story before your mouth does. Another powerful tactic. Controlled facial expressions. If someone tries to shock you with news and you remain composed, you maintain control. Reactions give away internal states. Limited reactions create mystery. Mystery creates intrigue. And intrigue creates influence. This is where most people misunderstand psychological dominance. It's not about lacking emotion. It's about not being controlled by it. Emotionally reactive people are predictable. Predictable people are controllable. When someone knows how to trigger you, they can control you. Dominance requires strategic detachment. You observe instead of absorb. You analyze instead of react. This creates a psychological gap. And in that gap lies power. Have you noticed how negotiators stay calm even when pressured? That calmness forces the other side to overextend. The more emotional someone becomes, the more rational you must become. Power shifts toward stability. But this is only the surface. In the next part, we'll dive into psychological leverage, the art of subtle influence, strategic silence, power dynamics in relationships, and the difference between dominance and manipulation. Because true psychological dominance isn't about crushing others. It's about mastering perception. And once you master perception, you master